Alright guys, welcome back to the Why You Should Watch series, the series that targets soon to release topics or already existing shows that in our opinion must be watched. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about the Infinite Dendrogram anime, set to be released on January the 9th of 2020. Infinite Dendrogram is a VR MMO game fantasy genre-based series that takes place in the year 2043, where the world's first successful full-dive VR MMO was released. In addition to its ability to perfectly simulate the five senses, along with its many other amazing features, the game promised to offer players a world full of infinite possibilities. Nearly 2 years later, soon-to-be college freshman Reiji Mukudori, aka known as Ray Starling, is finally able to buy a copy of the game and start playing. With some help from his experienced older brother Shu and his partner Embryo, Reiji embarks on an adventure into the world he has yet to conquer. Infinite Dendrogram will hopefully lead the viewer into wondering just what Reiji Mukudori and his squad will discover and encounter in this game world known for its incredible realism and infinite possibilities. Alright, now time for some context. Infinite Dendrogram started off as a Japanese light novel series written by Sakon Kaido. As of October 2019, only 11 volumes have been released, therefore marking this series to be fairly new. Because of this, we can only hope that Infinite Dendrogram the anime series will be that fresh breath of air that most animes of this genre haven't been able to provide in quite some time. The anime has gone through its fair share of adaptation when it comes to story. Knowing that it originally started as a light novel, it also turned into its own manga series by Kami Imai, but now it's eventually turned into its own anime series too. Infinite Dendrogram will be published by NAS Studio, which is a fairly unpopular studio due to it only releasing approximately 5 series which are not that popular of titles. However, Tomoki Kobayashi is the director of Infinite Dendrogram, and for those that aren't aware of who he is, he's also the lead director of Akame ga Kill and a part director of Steins Gate, 2 very big titles that hopefully you do know, and many other series. Don't worry, this anime won't be anything like Sword Art Online Season 2 onwards. Just kidding. So for those that loved Akame ga Kill for its originality, fantastically composed art scenes, as well as its strong character development, you may also like this anime. Of course, this video is only a pre-analysis of what this anime could be, and it definitely appears to be a must-see, as it's highly anticipated in Japan, and we can only hope that Tomoki Kobayashi shows his expertise in directing with this series too. Infinite Dendrogram's plot follows a common antagonist has evil plot, protagonist must intervene to save the day kind of story. It does sound like a repetitive theme that almost every anime these days tend to follow. However, something significant that can be thrown in is that the real-world players who go into the game are said not to be affected in the real world or trapped like some other animes have done. I'm talking about Sword Art Online. But the NPCs can permanently die, so we believe. Normally, we wouldn't care too much about an NPC, as they never really build any attachment with the viewer, since, they can always be reset when they die. However, this anime has set the mood by making the NPCs to have humanly essence to them that vitalizes their spirit, making them pretty much real people, as they tend to retain memories, have live feedback conversations that sound quite genuine, a distinct personality of their own, and feel pain as well as emotions. Because of this added feature, it can easily be understood that this video game is essentially an isekai, also known as another world, or at least it feels that way to us. Now, onto the deeper scale of things that personally grab my attention. From what I can tell, Infinite Dendrogram exploits the idea of what does it mean to be human, as the NPCs believe that they are the true humans, and these weird things that call themselves humans, that keep dying and respawning, which are the real world players such as Ray Starling, they don't think that they're real. From the NPC's perspective, we understand that this seems to feel kind of surreal, and that they can't be humans because once a human dies, you shouldn't be able to respawn. The NPCs clearly have quite an adept intellect that allows them to have something just on par as the real players. Because of this, we question whether the NPCs that have the same intelligence as a human being should be awarded the same rights as a human, especially when their lives mimic the real world functions on how life and death works. Furthermore, this provides a different intake on the villains that exist inside this anime. We understand that the villains disturb the NPC's life, and that their reasoning is nothing other than they're just AI, so does it really matter what I do to them? The scale of morality is quite unclear, because this series is yet to be completed on any of its platforms. So whether the highly apathetic villains cause unseemly moral issues for the protagonists and the viewers, we'll have to wait for this anime series to complete itself first. Infinite Dendrogram appears to be an anime that I would highly recommend for those that are looking to explore a more sensational connection with characters, considering character development appears to be very significant, possibly more than story development itself. I believe that this anime is definitely something that has high potential for the fantasy genre, and could lead into something fantastic with great impact, similarly to ReZero or The Rising of the Shield Hero. This is YOUKAI's take on Infinite Dendrogram and why you should watch it. We're looking to get better with each episode, so please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.